Good. How are you guys?
We're
Doing
doing good.
amazing.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, happy to be here.
All right. Well, first of all, I do want to say congratulations on the success of 911. Everyone loves this show. We love this show, and you're so good as Buck on there. So, congratulations with the continued success of the show.
Thank you. It's really the gift that keeps on giving. So I'm very appreciative.
Yeah, and you know what? Your chemistry with Jennifer Love Hewitt on the show is really good. Y'all are brothers and sisters on the show. I love that chemistry, and this is such an amazing cast. So, what's it like working with her and Angela Bassett and so many good actors?
It's so easy. They make it easy. Ever since I met Jennifer back in season 2 or right before we started filming, the kind of sibling dynamic was immediately present. So, yeah, everything on the show, which I think is part of the charm of the show, has come really naturally for all of us. We all genuinely really do get on. And listen, for me coming into the show and getting to work with people like Jennifer, people like Angela, Pete, Connie Britton, Aisha, it's been such an amazing experience. And to be able to watch these guys work day in and day out has made me a better actor and probably a better person.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Well, I've been a 911 fan from day one, and it's crazy, but it's great to see your character grow. But I'm kind of mind blown right now because I did not know that you had a British accent. So I have to ask, was it hard for you to perfect your American accent for the show?
Well, first of all, thank you for saying that. That's always nice to hear. So this is the third, I believe, job that I've worked in with an American accent, but the other two were not for such a prolonged period of time. Over the years, it's certainly got easier. It was something that I definitely wanted to focus and put a lot of attention on at the start. And now I can kind of relax into it a little more and trust that it comes to me just as a second nature.
Awesome. Well, you know what, Oliver, there's a lot of people talking about, the exit of Peter Krause on the show, who played Bobby. And I know you've been getting a lot of feedback in the news lately about, being on GMA and some of the comments you made. But I'm wondering now, when a character like that is gone from the show, does it make you feel like nobody's character is really safe? Like, are you worried, like, man, what's gonna happen to Buck on the show?
I never feel safe. And I mean that in a sense of I never get too complacent. I always think, let me make sure I'm doing good work and I show up on time because I don't want to annoy the wrong people. But no, absolutely, a character loss like that is one which I guess is the point that I never saw coming, and I assume the audience never saw coming. And, I think the writers, they wanted to take a big swing and a big risk, and no risk, no reward. And they're hoping that it shakes up the dynamic of the show, and we'll see what that starts to look like as we move into season 9.
Right. And what would you like to see happen to your character Buck on the show? Is there something that you would like to really see the character arc go this way?
Well, I hope that this massive change and the death of Pete's character, the Captain Bobby Nash, I think it's a chance to really mature Buck a little bit. And that is something that we've been seeing happen over the seasons. If I go back to the pilot, he's certainly not the same character anymore. But I think this can really be a catalyst and move that further along for him. And just, he's nowhere near, in my opinion, ready to be a captain or anything like that. But I think it can help him develop and mature and just start to step up in slightly different ways for those people around him.
Yeah, I have noticed that his character has matured a lot on the show.
A lot, like you're saying, mature, because I remember Buck from like season 1. He just kind of was just goofy. Everything was a joke, a little bit of a playboy here and there. For anyone that hasn't seen 911, even though they should have already watched it, can you tell us a little bit more about your character Buck for people that haven't watched it yet?
Yeah.
Sure. So the show is based around first responders, police, fire, and 911 dispatchers, and I play one of the firefighters who, if we go back to season 1, he wasn't a rookie, but he was the youngest of the firehouse. He was a little bit reckless and hot-headed and kind of ran into situations without thinking, which, listen, every now and then that still happens, but there's, for the most part, a little bit more consideration. And there's this real fire family that we've built up on the show. And, I think it's been lovely for audiences to tune into these relationships and to feel like they've been a part of the growth of the 118, which is the number of the Firehouse in the show.
Yeah, it's such a phenomenal show, and I'm wondering, the big season finale is coming up. In fact, on Thursday, and then of course it'll be on Hulu the next day. So when you have downtime from the show, Oliver, what do you like to do? I understand that you're a big pet lover, also.
Yes, I have 3 dogs, so I spend a lot of my personal time vacuuming dog hair and picking up poop. No, but they are. They're
so glamorous.
No, oh yeah, I know. Tell me about it. No, it's I always think a dog makes a house a home, and so I got 3 of them. So a lot of time out in nature, walking them, and being reminded of the things that are really important, the slower life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a question that was always lingering since I've been watching the show, and maybe you can answer. I couldn't really find it. So a lot of these 911 stories that, they're a little bit more, of course, more dramatized. Are they based off of actual 911 calls or stories?
Yeah, so certainly in the earlier seasons, a lot of them were really, really based on real things. And then as we've gone on over the years, the well started to run dry, I guess. So now I think they're more variations on a theme, inspired by rather than direct copycat of the real situation. But no, I mean, listen, life is always stranger than fiction, so there's always going to be good content to draw upon as long as we have the internet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I feel like I try not to cry on every episode, whether it's happy tears or sad tears, but it just happens.
Well, that's what I love about the show.
Yeah, that's the part of the big success of the show. There's this big connection that the audience feels with it. And we just want to remind our listeners that don't miss the big season finale of 911. It's Thursday on ABC. It'll be on Hulu the following day. And Oliver Stark, we love watching you on the show as Buck. Hey, and by the way, congratulations on being named one of People's Sexiest Men Alive.
Yeah, thank you. I never quite know what to say to that apart from thanks so much. I'll take it.
What do you say to that, right?
You try not to think too hard on it. That's what you do.
Well, you know what? It's a pleasure speaking to you today, Oliver, and we'll be watching you on the show. And keep on keeping on. We love your character, Buck, and say hello to Angela and Jennifer and everyone on the cast for us.
And your character,